Okay, then yeah, let's start with the PRs waiting for March. So the first one is about multi-stack networks and prefixes for IPv4 and IPv6.
Yeah, I think this seems like it's ready to go. I'm guessing there will be some stuff that might come out in integration. Have you said you all have been running this in production on a branch, is that correct?
Not in production, but yeah, on some test landscapes, and we did quite a lot of tests, and there it works fine. But I just have a general question regarding this. So what we do here is we attach these IP addresses to the same network interface card. And this seems to be working fine. And I think with this PR itself, there's no issue. I'm just wondering, after we also went through the agent code and everything a little bit, is this in general okay to do? Like, does it fit to how Bosch should handle this stuff? Because background is that I found in the manual, in the definition of the cloud config on Bosch IO, it says each manual network attached to an instance is typically represented as its own NIC in the YAST layer. So it says typically, so it says not it must be represented as its own NIC. But that was just something I was wondering why there is this prerequisite of typically, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be or may have been in the past a restriction around vSphere, but I am not familiar enough with vSphere to be able to say if that's the origin of it.
So we found coding in the agent that also has issues if you attach multiple networks to one network interface card, but we're on the way to be fixing that. So yeah, it was just what is the background of this requirement, and yeah, because this PR kind of breaks with this statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
There is one person who we might reach out to. I don't know if you've ever worked with Dimitri. He's still at Broadcom, and I might be able to reach out and ask him, or you could start a thread in open source and I could ask him to
yeah, sure, I
to
can do
weigh
that.
in. That would be super helpful.
Bosch Core Dev or
Sure. Yeah,
okay.
if you start a question and then I'll make sure he sees it and has some time to respond, because I think he would know, or he might know some context on that.
Okay, great. Yes, then I will do that. Because but also just more input. If we do it otherwise, like if we attach for every network a separate network interface card, then that kind of has the issue that you always get an IPv4 address, at least in a dual stack subnet. That's default behavior from AWS. So you can't assign IPv6 only subnets if the sub or network interfaces, sorry, if the subnet is dual stack. So yeah, that's why we did it this way. We also thought about attaching multiple network interface cards, but then we would have 4 IPv4 addresses in our case, and we only need one. So yeah, and also Bosch doesn't know about these other 3. Yeah, so
yeah, that seems like it would be more complex or add more risk to the change to do that.
yeah.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hi Ramon.
Everyone.
No worries. Welcome.
So I will put a comment that we are waiting for the clarification of that, or should we merge and then I think better to wait and then if
Yeah, we can wait for this. If maybe there's a point what we need to consider. Yeah, then we merge it next week from our side.
Yeah.
There's no pressure to
Yeah.
merge this. We anyways are using forks at the moment, so
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you're welcome, Felix, to merge it during the week if you get an answer that seems appropriate.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. This is waiting for the on whether see it. So it's the same IPv4 NIC.
Exactly. So yeah, just at the same nick. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think detailed on this. Then the next one. Oops. Yeah, this is about the migration of the concourse workers or the SQL instance. I looked a little bit more into this. So the migration of the workers will need a recreation of all the resources which are listed here. I just checked with Terraform what will happen if we apply the change here to change the region from West 2, Europe West 2 to Europe West 4, and Terraform will go and recreate all the resources listed here. This won't work because to recreate the subnet, all the VMs needs to be, all the attached VMs to the network needs to be deleted and so on. And I'm not so familiar with the setup of the routers and all the load balancing and the certificates. So that's why I looked also into what will happen if we migrate the SQL instance.
Did you do a dry run?
Yes, I did a dry run, yeah. And migrating the SQL instance is also not so, it was set up with Kubernetes-based automation, and I created, I think in this PR, I created a file which create the SQL. No, it's not the right, I had the PR, this one. So this will create an SQL instance like we have currently in the wrong region. But we need also some Terraform script which are reused from the Kubernetes-based setup to create the required databases and the credentials, users' credentials and roles. So basically, this is a rough playbook, what needs to happen to migrate. So applying this Terraform script, then migration of the concourse database, UA and CredHub database. We don't need to migrate those because they're encrypted and don't have much data. So basically, CredHub, you can export and import the credentials. This is the migration.
Makes more sense, yes.
Yeah.
My thought is if we're going to have to do the import export anyway, we would probably be better off switching to a Bosch backed
I wanted to say, I think having the look into the two options we have, I think the option to just move to a Bosch based database most probably is the less work of all and then just create the concourse database.
Then we just need to create maybe a backup task for the database somewhere?
Yeah, I think we
Can you do that
we
with
have
DBR maybe?
yeah, I don't remember. We have some examples of that. I think we maybe just do a Postgres PG dump of the database
Yeah, here
when we
is
do a
the ARI working group. They have a migration guide, and then they have the yeah, they did PG yeah, the command here to
Yeah.
with the concourse user. There is a concourse user which we have.
yeah.
Yeah, I think what we created was a bit overkill to high available Postgres. We were afraid that when shit hits the fan and that all our pipelines were we could basically not run our pipelines again, which also meant we cannot make new releases, new stem cells and such. So that was the only thing we were a little bit afraid of when we created this years ago.
Yeah, I think it's not so expensive, but just having them in different regions generates cost because of the communication. So GCP is charging for cross-region communication.
Yeah. No, I totally understand it. I think we can just move to the, as we said, just move to the Bosch database, PG database, Bosch hosted database, probably easier.
Yeah, I do think we should probably keep it on a separate VM to make the concourse upgrades easier.
Yes. That makes more sense.
Yeah, well, yeah, then okay, we can. This is, I just documented what needs to be done if we go one or the other way around. And yeah, regarding the switching to Bosch based, yeah, we have to check. I think here somewhere is the concourse task, which the concourse the concourse deployment is used, and we are using the ops file which removes Postgres from the manifest. Yeah, we can look into this when we have time. At the moment,
Yeah.
I just documented the status, and this is currently waiting for capacity. So this one looks good. We have 2 approvals. Felix, any comments?
Pretty straightforward change. I don't know why this was not included yet. Yeah. Only relevant for Jamie as a noble anyways. I enabled IPv6, so I think
Yes.
What's this again? Insecure skip verify. We are just waiting for another review here. Yeah. This is just
So we did find that useful. That was that's Boschilla. Yeah, okay. No. No, I thought it was that Go Cigar thing that
yeah, this is skip.
ignore me.
I think this one is still in C group V2, still waiting for changes. Nothing is happening. Another comment by this. So it's maybe a new member of the Bosch team at Broadcom.
Yeah, Nishad has been with the team for maybe almost 6 months now or so.
Mhm.
Maybe closing in. He joined the team earlier this year. He's worked on a lot on vSphere and did some work initially when he was an intern on PKS Kubo stuff when he first joined VMware a few years ago.
We already
Yes.
discussed this, right?
Yeah, I want to make this a draft, convert to draft so that we don't have this. I will also convert the other one to draft, so we just have this until we decide where to go, which direction to go. I think we decided, but just was documentation, then we can close. So this is Felix, do you want to say something?
Yeah, also pretty straightforward change. There was one scenario we did not put in our unit tests, and then later when I created a new stem cell, I found that there is just a minor issue when resolving IPv6 networks. Sometimes still it would return IPv4 addresses because this 216 actually only checks if it is a valid IP address, but not whether it's IPv6 or IPv4. And this 24 really checks the IPv4 address or not. Yeah, added a new unit test to also cover that case.
Looks okay to me.
Are you fine to watch this?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, as discussed in as discussed in the group
Yeah, I
in the
got
work group
those
meeting.
thumbs up from Aram. This is for vSphere. Yeah. And assigned reviewers, but Nishat is already looking into that. It's like, oh, Ramon, you're a lucky one. I don't know whether you have context in vSphere.
No, I haven't worked on vSphere for a very, very long time. It was always to Connie, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he's not there. Maria and Nishad have been working on this.
So it doesn't matter to us, and also people from SAP because we don't.
I can look at I can look what they try to do, but I cannot test it locally.
I don't know. I can put Nishat.
Maybe I'll put Connie just for fun. I saw him for lunch the other day.
That's
Yes. Just because he knows everything about vSphere.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have.
This actually should go back to draft. I know y'all don't care too much about Windows, but we discovered that there's a Microsoft provided OpenSSH installation that works on 2019, so we're trying to convert over to that. But it's been sort of slow going. I should actually change this to a draft because I'm working on a bigger set of changes on a separate branch, and then I'll probably just merge the whole change set in. Thanks.
So I've been looking into the costs we generate with our automation and found out that on GCP we have a feature to create sole tenancy instances. So instances which are basically having one VM for themselves, so they are not sharing like VM. Yeah, they are not sharing the VM, the hardware with others. They have the hardware for themselves, let's say the workloads, and you can create such an instance with the GCP CPI called sole tenancy instance, and
you can merge
leaked
this.
some.
You can merge this because this is just for our CI stuff anyways. You can just merge it.
Yeah, I wanted to.
It makes total sense to tag these things.
Yeah, usually it is removed here, and all the execution of the CI was green of the integration test, so the instance is directly removed by the next test, but somehow it has been leaked.
I think it was probably because I saw that before that there was one that was like running while the concourse things was just basically updating. I think maybe just two spawned up at the same time, maybe, and one finished and one not. It could be just this, but yeah, having tags, and at least we know that it comes from this, and we can just monitoring that. And if we find anything, then we basically need to figure out how we are going to do the upgrade process of the maybe handle it a bit better, because currently we're pausing it and then we are waiting it to finish. But sometimes when we basically some jobs, especially Bosch related jobs, sometimes hangs to infinity. They just are running for multiple weeks. And we just don't notice it. So maybe we need to have like proper cleanup. So if a task is running for more than 24 hours, we should just kill it. We should just or mentioning it in the Slack channel. Maybe that's also an option. We just keep progress of that. Because I see it's happening it happens multiple times a year.
Yeah. So I created a monitoring alert for me. If such an instance is running longer than 1 hour, I will get notified.
Okay.
At least for now, I want to understand why this is happening. But basically, we have this integration suite. Clean VMs, and basically here VMs tagged with this.
Yeah, tag with integration delete will delete.
Here, yes. So I mean, this shouldn't break anything. If it's not deleted, then it will appear on that list, and then the test.
Yeah, just merge it. Just merge it.
Okay. I need one approval at least.
Okay, Google CPI.
We have branch protection in place. Even I cannot merge. No, I can merge with you can put here bypass rows and merge, but at least to okay, let me put this chat.
All right, approved.
Thank you. So this generated 1K, more than 1K. Yeah.
Extra money.
Extra money, which actually I've been counting my spendings with all the deleted resources, but this ate all of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have a positive balance this month regarding savings. Okay, this is another one.
Oh yeah, this should probably be a draft. It's a PR to one of my PRs that's still in draft, but it's basically referring to what I mentioned earlier, that you could then have multiple configurations for one network interface. So yeah, but you can convert it to draft. Sorry, we just opened this earlier.
So basically, this won't be needed if we decide that one interface is good. Or
Exactly.
okay. Okay, then Bosch issues. Let's check shortly. Okay. I think we need to check on this. It's quite long description now. Reading all together. I don't have much BPM context.
Which version? Ask which version of Bosch and which version of BPM. Otherwise, it's difficult to.
Yeah, and stem cell. 'Cause
Yeah, and ask if if this is happened since an update or.
So I think I remember some behavior where mounts were being duplicated, and I think that was fixed maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, this sounds somewhat familiar, but I don't.
Well, you never know. People are sometimes on ancient, ancient versions.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been finding people who were still using Trustians, or Xenial at least, when the most recent stem cells got pruned.
Oh yeah.
People show up asking where their stem cell went. Yeah.
It's time to move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you guys still making Xenial stem cells, or is it now also done?
It's also done. Yeah, we're doing extended support for a while, but that's finished.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay,
was-
this seems to be reset.
Yes, that makes sense. Somewhat. I think the only way to solve it is just, yeah, when it's not a valid IP address, it would just give back an error.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I would not see how else you.
Okay, we check this one. This 24. This also we had some update. Oh, we asked last time. Yeah, you asked last time.
Yes.
Context.
We can close it then. Oh no, it's 2 weeks ago. Okay, last week, yeah.
Let's wait another week. So the rest is old. So
Well, we should remove that at some point.
yes. We need an AI.
Clean up everything. That's a year old.
Ruben has a talk for the Cloud Foundry Day. Something with AI, maybe we can ask him.
I'm just seeing the one noble R syslog errors because we came up with this like number 6. I think we also opened an issue on the syslog release. Maybe that was the wrong place, but maybe it's related.
Yeah, this is mine. That's due to Google not upstream, if Ubuntu not upstreaming it into freaking Noble. The issue. It is fixed in the newer versions, but they just don't backport it to Noble. No idea why. And nobody is. It's confirmed. But nobody's doing anything about it. So I put a fix in that fixes it for Noble. But I wanted to keep this issue alive. So if we are going to make a new one, that people will see like, oh shit, yeah, we can remove this fix again.
Your fix was in the syslog release?
No, my fix, the fix was created in the stem cell itself.
Okay.
It's like a really simple thing. You just need to just add the user to TTY, which normally the package should do, but now we're doing it manually.
Okay, because we're facing also like a permission denied before another directory. I think it's related to AppArmor something. Yeah, but then it's not related to this one.
It's something else, yes.
Yeah.
That's if the AppArmor, then basically you are missing what you're trying to do is you're trying to write outside of the /var log scope, and that's not allowed by AppArmor. So if you want to do that, you need to make AppArmor profile for that specific location, which you're trying to do, which user can use it. I think we already do something like that for Bosch. Already made something like that for Bosch, and I think the Bosch 8 is implemented in the Bosch agent. So you can look that up.
Yeah, we saw some changes in the syslog release as well some time ago, but not for syslog forwarder, but only for syslog storer. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the wrong context here, or maybe the wrong.
It's not something that's for syslog. It's something like you are trying to write a log file outside of the /var log directory.
No, syslog is trying to read its certificates. And the pre-start script is failing because it's trying to read some certificates.
Okay, that's something different. I thought you were asking about writing logs.
No, sorry. I put it in the chat. This is the issue, but maybe don't know. Maybe it's another work group that checks these.
So
some things changed. Because we always, for the logging at least, what I was talking about, we placed everything within /var vcap Bosch logs or sys logs. Basically, AppArmor doesn't like that anymore. So what we thought was then, okay, let's just move it to /var log Bosch everything, so we don't have to mess around with a lot of stuff. And then basically what I did was create just a symlink to the /var log, so that we still keep the same. That users can still look up the logs in the same way, but the real file location is now in /var log.
Okay. Yeah, we saw there were changes for the syslog forwarder stuff regarding this noble AppArmor. But yeah, I'm not sure. Should we create a PR for this or?
No, so if you find something which need to be fixed, but yeah, it's something probably like this.
Yeah.
This AppArmor, this configuration file. Just try to see if it fixes for you and.
Yeah, this one is for the other job. It's for syslog storer, and we need it for syslog forwarder. But I'm wondering why nobody else has this issue, and it's only us on Noble.
I don't know.
maybe.
But
People don't use Snowball. yet,
hardening
so-
stuff, so maybe it's coming from there.
I don't think we do anything with app armor, but yeah.
Yeah, but I know that you remove some packages and some users and some stuff. So maybe you should take a look at if you're doing something there. Maybe user permissions, change user permissions or whatever. I don't know. But otherwise, create this app armor file.
Yeah, then we'll do that.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to discuss? I think we have now everything.
One last question, if there's still time.
Yeah.
So regarding the AWS CPI and also for a network interface question, we have created a PR to create the network interface before creating the VM so that you can pass the MAC address to the agent. That's also how it is done on, for example, vSphere. So I was wondering if something like this could be done, because the downside is that then the instance profile needs more permissions to also create network interfaces, delete network interfaces, and describe network interfaces. Is a change like this valid? Because probably is a breaking change for many people.
I don't know.
It seems fine. We maybe want to indicate this in the version we bump to for this. I don't know. I don't have any recollection of having needed a permission change historically. So I'm not totally sure.
Okay. Okay, then I'll probably just open the PR and
Yeah, we can discuss there.
So this is for AWS you said, or?
AWS, yeah. So there the MAC address was always empty. So the agent had no information of like what MAC address it would be expecting.
Mhm.
Yeah, now we changed this so that helps when correctly setting up the configuration for the network interfaces. It fits better than into the existing coding, and for example, IPv6 can then be enabled automatically and stuff like that.
I recall that in OpenStack it also similar. You create the NIC separately and if
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean, I think the consistency makes it make sense to me. There maybe are some clues in that permissions file to see if there's any discussion around the time that other permissions had been added, if any ones have been added recently is not the right word, but if there have been other changes in that file, maybe there's some clues about how folks handled it then.
Yeah, good point. So for OpenStack, I did not check it, but for vSphere, it's the same. It first creates the network interface, and then creates the VM and attaches it to that interface. So,
yeah.
Okay. But thanks. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, then thank you for your time and take care. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks
See
so
you.
much.
Bye bye.
See you later.